Something's happening. That looks like Elden Ring. Not that I played it.
Not that I played it.
Yeah, you haven't either. That looked good. Oh! Oh, that's not funny. Come on.
You are certain you remember nothing of this place.
Oh, nothing but else.
I'm glad it was so funny to you.
Tell me, brother.
Let him
Why
go.
exactly are we doing this?
Let him go.
I must face this.
Oh, you trying to peek?
No shame in what just happened. It's all part of the process. Let's go again.
It's like the trials from the first game.
Hey, there's
That's the old music.
nothing.
Glad you find that so funny.
Let him go.
What if that joke was like releasing right now? Oh! He find it so funny, hilarious. She thinks it's hilarious. Woo! High five. Yes. Yes.
No. Then.
Yeah, what?
Maggot.
What are you hitting me?
Maggot.
Not again what? Why are you hitting me, baby? Oi. Starting to hurt.
Tonight's nominees for Best Narrative got us all in their drama, in their characters, and yes, sometimes in
okay,
some
it's just
weird
a french
stuff
fry.
we can't explain. Here are the nominees.
No.
It's okay, cub.
Is that broke too?
Story.
It's broken.
Only victims and monsters.
Alan Wake.
It blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
Alan Wake, cub. We have to feel it. Alan Wake.
No matter how
I
bitter
like
it awaits
it.
me, I will press on.
He's healing with his chair.
He's not himself.
Okay.
Spider-Man was great, of course. Alan Wake.
Who's it?
And the award goes to
No, I got my salad.
Alan Wake 2.
Yeah! Yes! That is what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Oh, I don't have my book. I don't have my
Eat
book.
it.
It's a french fry.
Eat it.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
She played too much.
I share
Don't
this
eat
with the
my
whole
french
narrative
fry.
team,
I
the
wasn't gonna eat your
writers,
french fry.
Clay, Tyler, Sinika, narrative designers who made the story into gameplay, Simone, Molly, the whole narrative team.
They need to get
directors
direction,
working with
too.
characters, Nancy, Hannah,
narrative,
Rosie,
yes.
Holly, all the wonderful actors here tonight. Some of them, Melanie, Ilkka, Matt and David, but the whole cast, wonderful actors, and the song makers who made custom music,
What a year for us.
custom songs to extend the
As if I did anything, but
story. Here tonight, later, Voice of Wallace, All Gods of Asgard, Poe, This Road,
Poe
every
reference, awesome.
song maker coming through Bright Music for our chapter songs. Thank you.
hey.
We wanted to push things further, to do something new, and
Like,
it's
all right,
always a
the
risk
music only makes stuff more
for
epic.
you to embrace it and understand it. Means so much. I'll treasure this always. Thank you.
Alan Wake. Oh. Feels like we're seen. They see us. They see us. Yes. Yes.
Ooh. Done.
Don't touch.
Go to that round.
Don't touch the microphone. Yeah.
No, they say, hold up. Touch it. Go to that round.
No, we don't touch.
Hey.
We have to leave it there. We talk. We don't touch. We don't touch. We talk.
So many incredible projects tonight. Thank you.
Look at the rainbow. Hey. I'm gonna touch you, rainbow. Let me look the rainbow.
That's not a rainbow, Cub. Those are buttons. We have to leave those alone, okay?
I want to put the button. Hey.
You touch one button. One button. Sega Classic Collection, but not too classic? Sega Dreamcast Collection? Whoa. Holy crap. Whoa. Crazy time. So they're doing remakes of their clap. Man, if I swear to God, if Power Stone shows up, okay. That's so cool. Now, is that Jet Set Radio remake, or is that new Jet Set Radio? Sega! That's awesome.
About what you're working on. Oh, wait.
No way.
Is there somebody else at the door?
He was actually right. Shout out to Kinda Funny Games.
Everyone, please welcome.
Shout out to Kinda Funny Games. Wow. They are going crazy right now. Oh, there is Greg Miller. I'm pretty sure he was on their predictions. That's funny.
What's up? How's it going?
That's funny.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
funny.
Jordan, welcome to
Yeah.
the Game Awards. What a fun surprise. I know you're a big fan of Hideo's game. I'm a huge fan of Hideo. This man is an icon. And
Hey,
I can
dude.
say from the first moment
Don't do that. I
I
didn't do that to
played
you.
Metal Gear Solid 2, I knew
Disrespect
I
to
was
all the hats.
experiencing
B for jelly bean.
No, just beans. B for beans.
B for bean.
See?
C for jelly bean. No. Listen to the song. And this is song.
Herald of Darkness?
Yeah,
You gotta wait for Herald of Darkness. It's coming.
it's coming.
Mm-hmm. Bethesda. A 7B Deathloop.
It's a fun
France. Same universe?
Turn that shit up.
If he cut his own thumb, don't get a shade from that guy.
Relax, man. I don't bite.
Stop. Hold on.
Hey, like you did it, we did it.
Oh, that's another. There's no way. Oh, snap!
I got it.
Because of the story-rich
yes.
games they create with innovative
Yes.
gameplay, but because of their authentic passion.
Deathloop Blade?
That's why.
Dishonored
on
Blade?
50th anniversary, we are so
Yeah.
honored to.
Okay, now we have a special surprise for you.
For the song?
Live and exclusively here
Yeah,
at
sit
the
this
Game
way.
Awards.
What's the song?
Welcome,
Who's that?
welcome. I am your host, Warlindor, and I present to you the Old Gods of Asgard featuring that best-selling writer Alan Wake. This is Herald of Darkness.
You're not gonna sing this time? Darkness, your light. Like my imagination. Well, they actually got the dancers too. This is super cool. Dance and sing any other time. Don't want to sing with me? Show me the champion of light. I'll show you the herald of darkness. Lost in a never-ending night. Diving deep to the surface. To Alan Wake. Much I had to get away. I was wondering if they were actually going to have him do the powder on stage. True. This is crazy. The old gods of Asgard are on stage at the Game Awards. I know this is not the UConn. Like, then Sam Wake is just like, I'm on stage just dancing. That's hilarious. He looks like he's having the most fun ever, which is so funny to me. Diving deep to the surface. This is a heck of a year for Alan Wake fans. We just got some special stuff this year. Such a good time. Woo! That was awesome. That's super cool. I'm glad they got everybody because I thought it was just going to be the band and Ilka. So that's cool.
Oh, wow.
That was awesome.
Fabulous Poets of the Fall performing in the role of Old Gods of Asgard. Thank you to the
You got
band,
your song, okay?
Sam Lake, Remedy, Epic, the cast,
All right.
everyone involved to bring that performance
It's time for you to go to
life.
sleep,
Something
okay?
you will only see right here on the Game Awards. Now it's time for an update
we
on
can
the
watch
game
the game
we
later,
announced
okay?
back at TGA in 2017.
All right, put the little lady to sleep since she got to hear her song. She shall be represented by Tanuki Luigi. I never thought of this before until watching the performance. How many people are going to be confused that there was a guy singing and then there was also Alan Wake? Like, there are so many people. I never thought at any point while playing the game, people don't know Alan Wake is two people. There is the face that you see, and you would assume it's him because, of course, they have him, mimic the English. I mean, he speaks English, so he's just, mimicking the voice. But it's like, there's the guy you see, but there's a different person that you hear. And I don't, like, people, there's so many people, and it just dawned on me watching them do the actual performance where I was like, holy crap. Some people's minds are going to be blown because it's going to be another random thing where it's like, just the effing character itself is a twist because they aren't going to know that it's two people playing that character. And then they'll realize, oh, I saw that guy on a book at one point in Alan Wake 2. That just dawned on me. So I was like, had to mention that. Never thought that at any point. But there are a buttload of people who just found out Alan Wake is played by two people at the same time. So that's really funny to me. Moving on. One Earth. Okay. That is fascinating. I don't know why this makes me feel like God, what's the show on Apple TV where they make the game where it was like they had like a thing where it was like you can literally do whatever you want, and it was like, but the processing power was like so insane because it was like, well, if we make it here and it's in every single person's game, there's too much. Like they had like a whole episode about like not being able to actually do that, and it's like, how does that work? Like, could someone just build on that mountain? Well, like, so many questions right off the top. Like, what can you do? I mean, there's space. I mean, the planet could be bigger than our planet. You know, space. Interesting. Yeah. And realistically speaking, no game on Earth has, you know, as many people as players. You know, there's, you know, as many millions and millions of people playing. It's not everybody on Earth. So how does that work? I'm very fascinated in that.
Remember,
and we can have faith because, you know, they figured it out with No Man's Sky.
To show that to you, and again, created by the team at Hello Games. So
that's
very,
cool.
very exciting.
At some point, Metal Slug Tactics will be on this list someday. I really want that game to come out so bad, so bad. Where is it? Where is the game? PlayStation. For half a second, I swear to God, I thought that was the Bloody Roar thing. I was about to say, holy crap, Bloody Roar is coming back. I wish Bloody Roar was coming back.
Enlightened souls forged great and terrible weapons called the iconoclasts, from which icons derived their name, and turned them against each other.
And those of the fallen.
It seems somebody's
I like the beat. Feels like something off of Toonami, like old school, like Toonami promo. Obviously not the orchestral part, but like the underlying beat feels very old school Toonami to me.
Like the answer. Then we better cut this short.
Welcome, my friends.
That actually made my pupils dilate. Well, you know how your eyes like have to just like super fast so it stings just a tiny bit? That's what just happened there. Also, I never ended up getting this game. I'm sure I never will, honestly. I played through the demo, and honestly, I was skipping all the cutscenes. I know everyone was like, oh, the ending to the demo was sick, and I was like, I skipped all of it. I was like, video, let me play. And it was nice. It was definitely fun. I liked the variation of it. Obviously, big you know, controversy, so to speak, as far as the combat, but I enjoyed it. It was cool.
Tonight on PlayStation 5.
That's also pretty cool. That's cool.
Tonight, I'm proud to present the nominees for Best Game Direction.
I'm hoping Alan Wake. I was very happy that Alan Wake got narrative, because as Alan Wake, for Alan Wake to get narrative, it's like a million out of 10 is like, yes, appreciation. But game direction, I also gotta give it to Alan Wake. Granted, I haven't played all the games, but I played Spider-Man. I think that's like, but considering everything they did, I'm still thinking like, man, Alan Wake is just like,
Alan Wake.
Oh, nice narrative and direction. Definitely what I thought for them. That is super cool. Whew. Feels like we're being seen. People are getting it. People understand. 13 years. And it's like, yes, finally people get it.
Thank you. We want to thank.
I should have switched shirts. I got so many. I got like 3 Alan Wake shirts. I should have switched shirts just
in our vision
per thing, per award.
Crazy vision.
Crazy vision. Yes. Direction is nothing without
That's super cool.
a team who actually built it.
Everything they
And
did. That's what I was
huge
hoping
thanks to
for.
Remedy team for joining us on this venture, wanting to believing it and build it. You know, we can pull into different directions and nothing comes out of it. But when more than 100 people believe in the same vision and build something out of it, we can make miracles. We can make art, and we can be more than the sum of our parts. Our world today could use a bit more of that.
One other thing, next Monday, December 11th, New Game Plus, the final draft will be coming out. New story content, so yeah, go play it, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Game Awards.
Okay, December 11th. I knew that. I love that they dropped it in there just during an awards. Be like, oh, also, this is when you get New Game Plus. 2 awards.
Please welcome.
If we could get Game of the Year, I'd flip my lid. Baldur's Gate is the gamer's game. Alan Wake. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I will let speak for itself.
So the last one is going to be something like Spore 2. Spore 2. What if it was Spore 2? That would be the funniest thing in the world. It's Monster Hunter. Maybe? They're definitely like, look at the technology. We got like a whole field of armadillo thingies, plus the big bear things and a storm. That's cool. I'm feeling Monster Hunter. Wilds, okay. That's cool. I don't know what it is about Monster Hunter, like finally getting its recognition. I never even played Monster Hunter, but it was always like when Worlds first came out, I was like, oh snap, Monster Hunter is finally getting recognition. It's kind of like the Alan Wake thing, except I just never played Monster Hunter. It was always like, man, it's on PSP, it's so popular, it's so popular. And then when Worlds finally came out, I was like, they're doing it. They're going like international. They're bringing it to the States. I don't know how popular it was at all outside of Japan before Worlds came out, but it always felt like it was just PSP only and that was it. But once they hit consoles, it was like, all right, we're taking to the next level, and people fell in love. That's super cool. I wonder if they'll do an Old God song for Alan Wake. I hope they do. Also, of course, you know. Okay, they did not. They used like one of the actual themes. Bump it up a little bit. Man, Alan Wake 2. It's just being nominated for Game of the Year. It's like, that's so cool. Oh, he's back. I'm so curious. Like I said, Baldur's Gate is like the gamer's game. What if it was Alan Wake? I don't know. I mean, Baldur's Gate did so much. Like, I know a lot of people love that and everything, but I also didn't expect Alan Wake to get both narrative and direction, if I'm being completely honest. I was for sure. I think I even tweeted. I was like, if they don't get at least direction, that's just thievery. That is pure theft. Like at least direction for sure. But they got both, so I was very happy with that. But I'm like, the story, granted, is kind of the thing that really brings you in. But Baldur's Gate has a lot of story. Even if it didn't win, that doesn't mean the entire package can't be what everyone ultimately voted for as far as the committee. But man, if it was Alan Wake, I switched shirts and I had that one was dirty. My classic Deerfest shirt was dirty, so I had to hang it up in the rafters at least, channeling all energy that we can for all things Alan Wake. Granted, I would be super happy if I got 3 in here. I'll be honest, like, because if Resident Evil 4 won, I would be like, I mean, we got Leon back there, but for me, it's Alan Wake, and I love me some Spider-Man. I'll be, once again, either way, I got 3 that'll be like, flying high. But if I got one choice, it's Alan Wake for me. It was Alan Wake. But like a lot of people, I'm still like everyone, like, Baldur's Gate being like the gamers game thing. But that keeps making me think of the year that we had The Last of Us. And granted, I love The Last of Us Part 2, so I was still happy. I preferred Ghost of Tsushima, but I was still like, I loved it. I know that was that was a rare opinion if you ask most gamers, but I personally loved it, so I was still happy when that happened. I was like, would have preferred Ghost of Tsushima. It won the Player's Choice that year. But, I'm feeling like slightly similar just because it won Alan Wake won the 2 awards. But that doesn't mean everything. Doesn't mean anything. We'll see what happens. But I'm still, like, if Alan Wake, I just, I'm trying not to, take this moment to pretend I'm not going to be mad when it's Baldur's Gate, but. Oh man. Oh man. I guess they couldn't get I guess he wasn't able to make it because they announced the Joseph Ferris.
And the game of the year is?
I figured he couldn't make it because he wasn't even able to.
Baldur's Gate 3.
It was like, Baldur's Gate, like, we knew it was going to be Baldur's Gate 3. He's like, I came in my suit of armor to show these hoes what's what. We knew it was going to be Baldur's Gate. To come in the suit of armor is so cool, though, and so hilarious. And, like, it's just amazing in every way to see that. I wonder if that's one of those things where you're like, it's the greatest idea ever, and then when he's up there, he's like, this is actually stiffer than I thought when I have to stand in it. But that's so funny to be like, he's like, yeah, I had to put my suit armor on to show him who's boss.
I didn't expect this anymore. Thank you so much.
Always fun for all of us in general. Would have loved if it was Alan Wake though. Cannot lie.
Working on it, and the team at Larian spent their hearts and souls for 6 years on this game. In sometimes very difficult circumstances. This was our COVID game.
Yeah, it's gonna be an emotional moment. Yeah.
We lost quite a few people also, so we want to dedicate this to all the people we lost, and especially to Jim, our lead cinematic artist, who passed away in the last month. I want to thank over 2,000 people, so sit back and relax. But I also want to thank everybody that supported us throughout this entire effort. Our families, our friends, our partners. You were the best, and without you, we couldn't have done it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Got a heavy suit of armor and a heavy award. Good times, good times. We still got 2 though. We still got 2.
All of tonight's winners. We'll see you next year at our 10th anniversary Game Awards.
Man, 10th anniversary.
We'll return right here to the Peacock Theater on Thursday, December 12th, 2024.
Why don't they ever do it on Fridays? It kills me. It's just every year it's Thursday, and I'm just like, every single year I've always been like, Why couldn't it be Friday? You're one day away. It's the next day. Please help me, Jeff. Help me. But that was good. That was a good year. It's always a fun year. All the, nominees and awards and hopes and dreams and game of the year and upsets and this and that. I'd say this year we actually got a lot of, I would say, what we expected to win. I think, everyone said the same thing, and like pretty much every single video that was like, I'd love it to be this, like I said, same for me. It was like, I'd love it if it was Alan Wake. Woods from Beat 'em Ups was like, I'd love it if it was Legend of Zelda, but we're all just like, it's probably gonna be Baldur's Gate. Probably. I didn't even play it, but it was like, it is the game that came out that was just, it's that game. That's the one. But I'm super happy that Alan Wake did get both the awards that I was hoping it would get, which was narrative and direction. I think that says a ton that it won that, and I think, the fact that just in general, I mean, obviously Alan Wake, I bought like 3 of the effing shirts. I got the collector's edition, which I actually bought, after having played the game. So for me, I'm super happy. We got what I would consider like the 2 most important when it comes to specifically Remedy games. I would say narrative and direction, it winning both of those are like the 2 things, like it not winning game of the year, but winning those 2 is almost like the same thing as far as I'm concerned. I know that's obviously not the whole package, that sort of thing, but when it comes to specifically like it's Remedy, I'm like, yeah, game, especially with what they did in that game. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil anything, but there's some really unique mechanics for how you can even do the narrative, which I think was probably a part of why I won the narrative. Also, all the twists and turns through said narrative. New Game Plus Monday. I was supposed to be taking a break after this, but and then Spider-Man's gonna be like, oh, we're also doing New Game Plus, and then I got to play God of War. So I thought I was gonna take a break, like just for the month to do some back end stuff, but I wanted to jump back into Alan Wake anyway. So hey, it is what it is. I guess I'm upset about that. I don't know, but I'm very excited for that. God of War release. Surprise announcement that was super cool. A lot of people talked about like, what if they did DLC that was story DLC with Thrud and stuff like that. I would love it if she made an appearance, and I'm very curious what it's going to be as far as story wise, because it seemed like it's kind of, they even mentioned like it's kind of roguelike. Seems like it's going to be like the Trials of Muspelheim from the first game that they had, and I'm excited. I love those. I thought those were really fun. So if it's that, which actually they have them in the second game too, so they have the Trials in Ragnarok as well. So it seems like it's going to be kind of like that, but once again, also roguelike. So how far into it does it go? What is the story? Because there was a decent bit of them talking before we got into the action element of it, where it's like, hey, they're traveling and going here and there. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Also, super random, probably means nothing, but I felt very specifically, for some odd reason, a lot of the gear they showed, I felt like was from the first game and not the second one. And I just thought that was interesting. Like when they showed him with like the regular like pauldron that he had on, where it was basically like burgundy and a little bit of black. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what he has at the beginning of God of War 2018. Plus they were playing like a lot of the old music, at least if I'm not mistaken, it was like some of the older music from the original games. And they had like the Cyclops enemy, which doesn't look like the Cyclops from the old games, but I'm like, they also didn't really have any Cyclopses in Ragnarok. So new enemies, maybe new armor as well. I haven't played since they've even done the New Game Plus update, so I'm very excited to get back into it. But that was super cool. Arcane doing Blade is wild to me. I haven't beat Deathloop. I put like 12 hours into it because I had to start it over twice at some point after Hi-Fi Rush. That's what, well, the New Game Plus for Alan Wake, so I got to do that first, and then I got to play God of War, then Hi-Fi Rush, then Deathloop. So after that, we'll get to Deathloop eventually, but I'm very excited for them to be doing Blade, which is insane, and you get to play it your own way. Makes a lot of sense for them to do it with Blade. I'm curious how that's going to work out with, for one, simply put, you can't teleport. That's all I think, because like they found a way to put it, it's in all the Dishonored stuff, and then they were like, all right, we'll also put it in Deathloop. Well, here you go. So it's gonna feel weird playing that, but also third person, also a third person game. I'm very excited. It's Blade. I'm sure that they went, Marvel was like, okay, we hopefully have Blade coming out because of all the weird issues with the movie side of things, but they're like, we got a movie coming out, what if we got a Blade video game? We haven't had one since Blade 2 on the PS2, which I personally enjoyed, but it's been a long time, not counting him being in other games. So we have a Blade game coming out by Arcane. I'm super excited for that. So that was a great announcement. Love the stuff for God of War. There's, the sneak drop where it was like, hey, New Game Plus for Alan Wake 2. I would have loved it if Spider-Man got some announcement where they talked about New Game Plus coming out and kind of referencing DLC. So it's unfortunate that we didn't get to see anything new as far as Spider-Man is concerned. Some of the newer announcements I thought were pretty cool. Oddly enough, some of the multiplayer stuff, I was like, okay, like the Creators Room Payday, was like, all right, I like the style of that and how weird it seemed, where it was like he thought he was getting into the subconscious of the other dude, and then it flips at the end and it's like, M. Night Shyamalan style, like, surprise, you're frozen in a block of ice. That's what it looked like to me. So I was like, okay, that seems weird and interesting, and I like it. The finals thing, I just like the aesthetic of that. We'll see how that goes. It seems like it's 3 teams all fighting against each other, that sort of deal. So we'll see how all that ends up playing out. I'll probably end up downloading that and testing it out tomorrow. I don't know if I'll stream it. I think that'll just be one of the things I play, but I'm looking forward to checking that out. I like some of the other announcements that we got. I am very excited, as always, for the future of gaming in general. Officially, there is now a new game on my list, which is Rise of the Ronin, because they gave us an actual release date, which was in March. So March 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. So that, I would say, is the one official thing where it's like, okay, I didn't have anything officially on my slate. Like, once Alan Wake 2 came out, that was literally the last thing. It was like Spider-Man 2, then Alan Wake 2, and I was like, all right, everything else is backlog. So now I officially have a new game, because it still looks really good. And they introduced the fact that it's like a brother-sister story, and it seems like you can switch in combat, and that makes me wonder if you can switch in story as well, because it seemed like they focused a lot on the brother being like the main character. But if it's a lot like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the best Assassin's Creed, by the way, you can pick and choose, and then you just kind of like, the main story elements will probably be the same. Maybe there's specific missions where you have to play as one or the other, and then most of the missions, maybe they team up. There are a couple moments where it's like you're by yourself, you're doing, oddly enough, Assassin's Creed 2 type stuff where you're using the glider and everything. So it's like, all right, some parts you're by yourself in the open world, so maybe that's when you get to pick and choose who you play as, and then maybe all the story missions, or most of them at least, both the characters are together, and that's just how you play, because they even switch in combat, and that seems very cool. I doubt they'll add in co-op because of that, but as a single player mechanic where you can switch instantly, and then they probably have different play styles and stuff like that, I'm very excited for that. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more footage, especially because we just got a release date and we've got nothing, I feel, since the last trailer, and this was the second, maybe the third trailer we've ever even seen for that game, and then boom, we know the official date that it's actually coming out next year. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that, the actual combat, the exploration, what the element is as far as the story dynamic, choosing the characters, automatically having both characters, automatically having one character at a time. If the game just chooses for you every single time, then you switch mid-mission. But all of that I'm excited for. So that is the official, as of now, for me personally. I'm sure there's other games for other people, but for me personally, that's the one that's on the docket. Fortunately, it's only one for now. We'll see what else happens, but for now, that is the one. But definitely enjoyed it. Loved all the surprises that we got. I'd say God of War, I don't know, I feel like God of War was the biggest surprise, simply due to the fact that a lot of people were guessing that it would happen, but for me personally, I was just like, I don't think they're gonna do anything. Like, I didn't expect anything to come from like God of War DLC. I thought it was just gonna be like, all right, it's said and done. New Game Plus was the update, and then that's it. And then we'll see what happens next. But them doing a little bit of extra story, who knows how far they'll go with that? Like I said, story wise, but that does have me very excited. Like, them just touching on that, extremely excited to see what they end up doing there. So I look forward to it. Maybe we'll actually get to see some of the other characters come back. So far, it was just Kratos and then Mimir. But who knows? Somebody else might show up. Somebody might want to help out. Somebody might be looking for answers. Who knows who we could run into at any point in time. So it might be a little bit of story. It might mostly just be roguelike. I'm looking forward to it either way. But we'll love to know your thoughts on the 2023 Video Game Awards. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, least favorite parts about it. As far as all the awards and whatnot, who do you think should have won Game of the Year? Who do you wish won Game of the Year? All the other nominations, if you wanted someone else to win narrative or direction or multiplayer game, action, sound design, all that stuff. Like I said, I voted for Dead Space for sound design, but in no way am I shocked that it was Hi-Fi Rush, because it's like, it's literally a part of the game. But it was hard because I'm like, oh, do I go? Because music and score was in there, and that's why I was like, 100%. I was like, if you go music and score, that's Hi-Fi Rush, because music is built into the game. So it's like, it was just a weird mechanic for me, because I was like, do I go sound design? Like, is music the same as sound design? Like, it is, because it's a part of it. But for me, it was just like, I can't help it. Dead Space just hit so hard for me. But in no way, shape, or form am I upset that Hi-Fi Rush won that, because I'm like, if it's not gonna be Dead Space, it better be Hi-Fi Rush. And that was pretty much it. Sad to see Spider-Man did not get any awards. Resident Evil 4 unfortunately didn't get anything either, but considering the categories they were in, I didn't expect either of them to win. Admittedly, as much as I love them both, I didn't expect any of those. Like, the only thing that I thought could have happened was Yuri Lowenthal's performance, because I thought he had a fantastic performance. Once again, didn't play Baldur's Gate, but I wasn't too surprised, because everybody, especially for that specific character, everybody was like, yeah, we love that character, we love that dude acting as that character. And he did have a sick, like, kimono robe thing going, so I'm like, well, I got to see some sweet outfits, so can't hate on that. And then at the end, game of the year, dude got up in like half a suit of armor. It's like, I gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. But those are my thoughts on the 2023 Game Awards. Like I said, we'd love to know what you guys think. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.